Hello, my darlings. I'm April Sunshine, and today we're going to teach you how to host the same raid again and again and again. Chances are, if you clicked on this video, you have already figured out that in this game, it is a pain in the neck to keep the same raid. After this, you'll find it very, very easy. As soon as the mystery is gone, you're going to realize that not only is it easy, but it's fun too. I love being able to host the same raid and see how happy my friends are collecting all the great, delicious, juicy drops. And especially if you have other friends who can do this as well, you can trade back and forth. You can host for them, they can host for you. You can host for them, they can host for you. And then you can both profit, 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 profit. I highly recommend it. Hey, feel free to send them this video. That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, let's get started. Here's what you need to know to make sure you can keep your raid. This is a particularly good one. It's not the best in the world, but it does drop in Urban Mystica. Gengar himself is a pretty good find, especially if he's weak against fighting type attacks. Yay. So we're going to use this one just as an example of how to host the same raid again and again. Things you need to keep track of. What's today's date? Is your autosave on or off? Is there an event happening or not? All things you need to keep track of. So before we even start this raid, I'm going to double check that my autosave is off. For most of you, this is probably already off, but just in case, I would check. Next, check and see if there is an event going on. All you have to do for that is go to your map and take a look around. If you see sparkly raids, like this one right here, there is an event going on. So make sure that if you found the raid during this event, which you must have if the raids are sparkling, then you're good. You can still connect to the internet safely. If you found the raid before the event started, do not connect to the internet, because that will not only destroy your raid, but it will forcibly autosave, even if your autosaves are off. So if you found this before the event started and now the events are suddenly going on, you're going to need to defeat the raid and just collect the drops yourself. Sorry, but you won't be able to rehost that one. You're going to have to go find a new one. I'm sorry. But I found this one while the event was already going on, so I'm good until the event ends. Once the event ends, then it will ruin my raid. Some of y'all may have noticed I'm not the biggest fan of events. Gee, I wonder why. So we're going to connect to the internet, and once you do this, you will learn if you had found your raid before the event, because it will immediately disappear, and you'll be as happy as I am about these events. So let's go ahead and host this and defeat this so that I can show you what it looks like when you are able to rehost it. Now, if you do this wrong, and you leave too soon, keep in mind that if you do that too many times, you will get a soft ban from Nintendo, because it thinks that you are just starting a raid and then just abandoning other humans and ruining their game experience. So what you want to do is make sure that you're at the right point before you end and restart your game, okay? It's very simple to rehost a raid. Just host the raid, defeat it, restart your game, host the raid, and defeat it again. But here's the key. After the raid, before you reset your game, make sure that you've gone past the reward screen and your character has already loaded into the overworld and the raid has disappeared. After all that has happened, then you are safe to reset your game. So here, we're going to beat the raid. I'm using the Berserker strategy right here because I find it easy. If what you want to do is just collect a bunch of rewards, then I recommend something like the Berserker strategy for you as well. I find it very rewarding. But if you're not the type that wants to just quickly beat the raid and get the rewards, then it might not be such a good match. But if you're interested in that, I made a video on that as well. Check it out. It's like 2 minutes long. It came out pretty good. Alright, so that was turn 1. So the Berserker strategy is simple. Screech, cheer attack up, and then helping hand. That's how you be a good berserker. I'm an Iron Hand, of course, so I don't have to do necessarily those attacks. And you'll see that once you do these, you will one-hit KO most Pokemon. Helping Hand is very overpowered in this game. I think that it is fantastic, especially on top of the other benefits that you get as a berserker with a hidden ability. So I'm going to go ahead and Helping Hand the host here. And we're going to see that beautiful, delicious one-hit KO. My friends actually have gotten the Gengar's HP down quite a bit. Even if they hadn't done that, I still would have one hit KO'd him because he's weak against me and because the strategy is just that good. So here, your friends are going to get their rewards. You can catch it or not catch it, doesn't matter. They can catch it or not catch it, doesn't matter. But what does matter is when you choose to restart. So we're going to not catch this. I don't catch it because it's faster, obviously. And then here's the reward screen. This is without any raid boosting sandwiches, by the way. This is just regular. Alright, so we got one Rubber Mystica. Alright, did you see that? It said communicating in the top left. That's it checking if you left too early. So now the game knows, okay, she didn't leave too early. We're good. So I always wait until I load into the overworld, the raid is gone. Now I'm going to shut the game and then reopen it. Now before I even do that, I want to check the date. We want to know what day we found this awesome raid on because it will stay there for a whole day. So today is April 5th. It's 4 a.m. So as long as it remains April 5th, I will be able to host that same raid again and again and again. So just make sure it is still April 5th, and that way you will know that your raid is still there and still available for you to rehost. Now let's say it's April 6th. What do? Very simple. As long as the game is not running, you won't lose your raid. And even if the game is running, let's say it's April 5th, I put my Switch to sleep, I take a nap, I wake up, oh crap, now it's April 6th, and as soon as I load the game, my raid disappears. That's okay. You know why? Because you already turned off autosave. No big deal. Let's say the raid disappears because it's April 6th. All you have to do is immediately shut the game down. Make sure you don't save. Don't panic. Just shut the game down. And then we're going to go and we're going to change the time. In this case, if it was April 6th, which killed our raid, simply turn it back to April 5th and choose a time. I usually choose like 12 a.m. just because it's easier. So as long as it's April 5th, any time will do, but I like to give myself the maximum amount of time possible, so I'd like to make it 12 something a.m. Another thing I want to point out, do not turn the time back while the game is still running. Don't do it. That will destroy your raid again. But if it destroys your raid, don't worry. Don't panic. Don't save. Shut the game down. Go back to April 5th. You're good. You're totally good. As long as you do not save after screwing up, you are good. Just shut the game down. You can change the time, forward, back, whatever, as long as the game is not open. Okay? So I'm sure you've seen people like skipping and finding new raids by just turning the clock back by like 1 or 2 minutes and it makes it faster. If you have done that and accidentally killed your raid by going back 1 minute, don't worry. Just shut down the game and then open the game right back up. You don't even have to move the time again. As long as it's still April 5th, you're still good. So here we are once again with our Gengar, and we can rehost it again and again and enjoy all the rewards. I highly recommend making friends who can do this so that you can reciprocate back and forth. I'd love it to do it with you. If you're interested, hit me up on Discord. I'm here for you all the time. I hope that this video was helpful. If you've got any more questions about it, spam me with questions. I'm totally happy to answer. I love you guys very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.